We'll be talking about life cycle of RBCs. In this particular chapter, I'll be talking about. So in the previous video, I have discussed about how basically this formation of whole cells occurs in our body. So you just have to keep that in mind that in our bone marrow there's already some sorts of stem cells present in our body, and these sorts of stem cells are called as pluripotent hematopoietic stem cells, which in further forms you'll be watching it right now. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, I'll be talking about life cycle of RBCs. So the box which I'm drawing here right now is basically not called basically this is bone and bone marrow, and stem cells, as you can see, is just further converted into proerythroblasts and early erythroblasts and late erythroblasts. Later it is converted into normoerythroblasts. At this point, you'll be seeing that these can be named in different forms, as is called as basophil, cytochromatophil, polycytochromatophil, and orthochromatophil. Okay, and accumulation of hemoglobin occurs at the late erythroblast phase, and accumulation of mitochondria occurs in early erythroblasts. So the red box is a blood vessel. So what happens is like normal blast gets into the blood and forms a reticulocyte in the form. It stays in there for at least 24 to 48 hours, and later it is converted into erythrocytes, and erythrocytes birth life is around 120 days. So now the erythrocyte is old. What happens is like the old erythroblast RBCs goes into the spleen, and there's presence of macrophages which engulfs them, and leftover hemoglobin is what we get. So this hemoglobin is basically converted into two things: heme and globin, and heme is broken down into two phases, which is called as bilirubin and iron. So bilirubin and iron. So iron basically stays there for like some amount of time, and it is basically absorbed back into the blood vessels by a transporter called as transferrin, which I'll be discussing this in iron physiology. So bilirubin, so it is later transferred to liver by a transporter called as albumin transporter, and liver basically tries to excrete it from urine or either ways from feces. But while the formation of feces happens, bile duct absorbs lots of amounts of nutrients and associated elements from it, and vitamin B12, which is quite a bit essential for synthesis of DNA. Tryptophan and tyrosine is been absorbed by vitamin B12. Keep that in mind that hypoxia can trigger erythropoietin, which is a which is an enzyme which triggers erythropoiesis, which is formation of RBCs. If kidney fails, there's least amount of erythropoietin, and which can lead to anemia. So there's this form of anemia which is called as pernicious anemia, which is basically pure absorption of vitamin B12, and this can happen in many ways, and in this case the gastric secretion kind of falls low. Thank you guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching this video till the end, and I hope you guys like this video. Please like, share, subscribe this, and put down comments if you have any sorts of doubts. I'll be putting I'll be putting my Telegram's link in the description. And thank you guys. I hope you guys understood this video, and see you all.